Hello, music lovers! This is Squiggly Myers for Radio, and you are in to the Squiggle Spin, a place where we will be highlighting and reviewing your favorite songs by your favorite indie artists. Brought to you by Rock the Alphabet. Go to Spotify and search Rock the Alphabet, where you will find the most comprehensive list of playlists. A through Z, chances are we have the playlist for you. You can also join us on our Facebook page, Rock the Alphabet, and at www.rockthealphabet.com. And now, your featured song. Hello, music lovers. Before we get into today's featured song, I'd like to get to know more about today's featured artist. The artist is Three Nail Cross. Deep in suburbia of Tacoland, USA, we find today's artist. Three Nail Cross was formed by body shop workers Spot on bass, Milo on guitar and vocals, and Mojo on drums, all who had an affinity for jamming together in a corner of the shop after hours. The trio were gaining momentum and fast becoming a staple in the local music scene. Things seemed to be going in the right direction until the curse of 13. That's when, in April of 2013, drummer Mojo was involved in a hit-and-run accident which cost him his life. Things looked bleak for the surviving members, but they decided to continue on, and later on that summer, they began auditions for a drummer. Several applied, but none of them had that spark that Mojo had. Then, later that fall, Milo was called by a cousin who needed a ride home from a local tavern. Milo arrived just in time to find his cousin involved in a huge fight. He tried to step in to stop it, but was stabbed in the side. The blade piercing his liver, he ended up bleeding to death in the parking lot that evening. Spot shut down after that. Having lost his two best friends in one single year, he packed up his bass, vowing never to play again. The years would go by for Spot, 5 years to be exact, when chance would have him meet rhythm guitarist Comet. The two would become close friends, sharing in several interests, yet Comet would be the one to talk Spot into returning to the music scene. Spot said that he would do it, only if they could keep the band name in honor of the fallen. Comet agreed. Comet would bring in brothers Nibbles on drums and Curly on lead guitar. With a firm rhythm section established, they began to search for a lead singer. Their search for a lead singer, however, would prove to be a real quest. None seemed to fit the bill. Then, one night, the brothers would bring in their feisty little brother, Sparky, who sat in on vocals for the night. By the end of that evening, they had found their lead singer. Then, 2020. Yeah, that. The pandemic shut everything down. Spot, doubting this new-formed band, thought that this worldwide virus was an omen to give up. His newly found musical family, though, wouldn't hear of it, and they stood by the old dog. They hunkered down and began to rehearse their little hearts out. In mid-2022, the band was approached by a rep from Audio Boss Records, who offered to sign and record the band. The band then released their debut album, Resurrection, in December of that year. Now, music lovers, this is the best underdog story I've heard in a long time. And to quote the band, the best is yet to come. So if you like a metal band with a positive attitude, Three Nail Cross is the band for you. Today's featured song is Saints from Sinners by Three Nail Cross. Alright, music lovers, this song is a rock fest all on its own. Kicking off with that rhythm guitar snare combo, you're given fair warning that you're in for a sonic ride. Reminiscent of 80s rockers such as Bon Jovi, Europe, and Night Ranger, Three Nail Cross excels at bringing back that nostalgic feel. When asked what was the story behind the song, spokesman and bassist for the band, Spot, says that this was one of Milo's last demos, and he wanted to show the world what kind of talent and passion Milo had for his music. Musically, the energetic feel can be felt in every beat. Then we're hit with that dynamic change during the bridge, a throwback to bands like Fleetwood Mac, Journey, and Queen, respectively. This sets the tone for the rush of force that we get during the chorus. Then enters that explosive guitar lead, which builds to a crescendo soaring out of this world. Lyrically, it tells of an inner spiritual awakening on how there's still hope for the human soul, in that dark anchor that weighs us down can be overcome, and that the soul can be given new life. Then, just as the song came in, it goes out with that snare roll. So, music lovers, if you're nostalgic for that genuine, old-school rock sound, Three Nail Cross has you covered. Well, music lovers, that's it for today's Squiggle Spin. Join us again next week when we will be reviewing another featured song by another featured indie artist. This is Squiggly Myers saying, life is short, my friends. Don't forget to turn up the music. Now let's listen to Three Nail Cross and their song, Saints from Sinners, here on MM Radio.